In this video, I'm going to talk about what to do if you've got bags on your bike and you want to walk off into a jungle or go and see a waterfall. So the first thing you have to realize is that actually it's very rare to leave your bike unattended in this country to the point where there's just no one around. Usually a tourist will go from place A to place B. That is an all-day drive. You're going along, driving, drinking coffee, taking pictures, and you're always with your bike. Then at your new destination, you will take a rest day where you go do your tourist activities. It's super rare to park up on the side of a road and just walk off into the jungle, or just walk off to some waterfall that doesn't have a parking lot. Vietnam's jungles are incredibly dense. You can't just walk off. Now, it doesn't matter how small the tourist area, how remote the waterfall is, there will be a parking lot of some sort and a security guard of some sort. Of course, there are super rare exceptions to this, but for 99% of you out there, that is going to be the case. A common question is, in a parking lot like this, where we've paid sort of for parking and then we're wandering around sort of an area like this looking for the waterfall, can you leave your stuff on the bike? Now, there's no right or wrong answer here, but generally, like if you look at young stuff, who's going to steal that, really? He's got it tied down tight, it's in, you know, bags that don't look that interesting. It's not going to happen. In the case of my CB, if it had been a busier place, would I have left my phone on there? No. But at the same time, the phone is actually strapped down. This is not a lock, and it doesn't look like something you're just going to yank off a bike, okay? And yeah, I've got my Oakleys in there, power banks in there. I did take the GoPro and cameras out, and I left my helmet on the bike because people don't really tend to steal stuff that stands out. They'll steal simple stuff or stuff that just you could quickly whip off. But if we'd wanted to make it safe, we could very easily have gone into the restaurant there, asked them if they'd look after our stuff, maybe tip them some money. There would be someone around here who would be willing to look after our stuff, and that's the case in any place in Vietnam. Now, Vietnam is not a country where people steal stuff, in my opinion, against popular belief. Yes, in tourist areas, petty theft is common, but as soon as you get outside of the big cities, I think Vietnamese people are incredibly honest and they don't tend to steal stuff. And I can show you that in my own videos where I have basically $1,000 phone left on my bike in parking lots. It's a risk I choose to take. It's a risk you can choose to take or not to take. That's up to you. You'll also notice in my videos that my phone is attached to the bike. My bags are attached to the bike. Nothing is just easy to just rip off. Okay. Now, if I wanted to be super safe, if you want to be super safe, every single parking lot waterfall will have security guards or restaurants or coffee shops. You can tip anybody in this country to look after your stuff. Is the person you're tipping to look after your stuff going to steal things? No, they're not. So if you're in a very small parking lot and there is one security guard, you can either park the bike right under his nose, or you can specifically give him your stuff and just throw some extra money at him and he'll look after it. What I will say though is if you do leave it just in front of them and you don't tell them about your stuff, they will not be responsible if your helmet got stolen or your GoPro got stolen or whatever. They are there to protect your bike, and that is it. They're not going to care about any accessories around your bike. Okay, so the point of the story is, A, it's very rare that you just walk off leaving the bike and bags unattended. And B, whenever there is an opportunity to do something like this, there will be a security guard, parking lot, coffee shop, restaurant, somewhere nearby where you can give them your stuff and tip them some money to look after. And finally, Vietnam is actually an honest country, but if you are going to leave stuff on the bike, then be responsible for what you're doing and the way you're trusting people to not nick your things. Okay, strap stuff down. Don't make it easy to steal. If you have a phone, you should have, I strap everything down, a phone that's at least zip tied to the handlebars or something. It's just a way of distracting people away from your expensive gear, making it a little bit less easy to just, okay? Hope that answers that question.